Yeah, that JFK part or one was.
It went all over the place.
Well, it went all over the place, but it definitely there was no like dead air on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything show.
I was not surprised this time because I can see a light, and I was looking at us peeking.
Nice.
I was not spooked. First time.
Wow. Where anything can happen? Anything's talked about? N?
I drew it.
E.
Sorry. Drool check.
Cool. Making sure. Get your fucking foot off the goddamn table.
Why?
You
It's
can't
not
just
going to make noise.
Alright, just don't.
I had it up there before you started recording, so there's not
Okay.
going to be a spooky thump. Whatever you bitch about.
It just hurts my ears, Nathan. Because I have a pretty good headset that I put on, and it's like sound, like cuts off
Strong.
the sound. Yeah, and it's just loud. It's just loud. What the fuck? Was that me or you?
Just made that snap to me.
I don't have good service in here. Well, great service. I have good service.
Don't you see the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but I haven't plugged in the Wi-Fi in here.
You did
It was
3
on
weeks ago.
It was on the computer, not the phone.
Oh.
What we were trying to do a couple of episodes ago.
It seems like a different day.
Yeah, it does. We try to record as much as we can in a day. In a solid day.
In.
Yeah. Sometimes, like Monday, that just doesn't happen.
I don't know where I was. I was not here.
You were in a place. I'll tell you that.
I was not pulling my weight that day.
It was okay.
You don't need to apologize for me. I know what I did. I know what I said. I don't remember what I said, but I know what I said. Something not good, probably. Probably a few not good things.
Yeah. Well, so we are, by the time this episode comes out, probably a week.
Dead.
Probably a week out from the Hall of Fame induction. It was a pretty good class this year. Cannot complain. I don't remember the linebacker from the
Ray
Oilers.
Lewis?
No, from the Oilers. But he was really good. He was on those like old Oilers versus Steelers rivalry teams. So Bruce Smith or Bruce Roberts, something like that. Bobby Roberts.
I don't remember his name.
Before our time, but I at least knew and learned about him. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about him, Ray Lewis, fucking Brian Dawkins, who was.
Oh, my boy.
He wasn't the first ballot, right?
It was.
He was? Okay, good.
I'm like
deserving
80% sure. It might have been second, but I'm pretty sure it was first.
And we shared him.
Coming together, whites and others. That's how you do it, right?
There we go.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Lady.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
yeah,
Brian
but
Dawkins.
we were able to experience his
Dominance.
Yeah, dude, and he was still mean with the fucking Broncos. I remember like the first game I think that he came in, he just like decked the shit out of somebody.
Because that's what Brian Dawkins
and he
fucking
played
does.
like 3 or 4 years with us, so
He had a long ass career.
yeah.
I know this has nothing to do with this class, but I just was wondering, when is Troy Polamalu up?
He retired like 3 years ago, so he's got like 2
more years,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So he's got a few more years.
Yeah, he's got
I know he's
more.
not in the next class.
Yeah,
but I was just wondering how much longer.
Another great defensive back is, though, fucking Champ Bailey.
Goddamn right.
My favorite Bronco all time. I'm sorry. I know people say Elway, and I know people say like Terrell Davis, but...
Who?
Sucio. Exactly. God, context. Context is important. We also had, T.O., Randy Moss. So I think, those were our players. The 5 players that go in every year was, I forgot his name. Robert Smith or Bruce Roberts, something like that.
Ray Lewis.
Ray
Brian
Lewis.
Urlacher.
Urlacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dawkins,
Brian
Moss,
Dawkins,
and
Moss,
T.O. So that's 6 players. So I guess real quick, what do you think about the class? Like, who besides?
I mean, it's a pretty fucking stacked class.
No
one that you can really argue shouldn't be in there. Don't you say Urlacher?
No, are you kidding me? No.
Good.
No.
Good.
Here's the thing.
At least one white guy. Shit. Sucio.
Yeah, I. Here's the thing. I don't. And funny thing is, it would have actually been another white guy. Fuck, man. Here's the thing. I know I'm gonna get shit for it. I think we could have done without T.O. T.O. was great.
For a long time.
T.O. was really good. I think what got him in, though, was his loudmouth. Like...
Really?
Dude.
First off, the committee's pissed at him.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Like, the committee snubbed him, right?
And didn't make him a first round.
Yeah, they didn't do, or 2 years. So, like, it wasn't even last year. It was, like, he was out for 2 years.
I thought this was his second ballot.
It might be. I don't know. It's his second or third. I don't know. But
still,
yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't a first ballot. The bottom line is, I don't credit him with. I don't think he should have deserved it this year. I think maybe a third year, but there's way too many players who are still not in the Hall. Unfortunately, and we're going to bring it up in a second, a lot of them are Broncos. But...
biased.
I don't even know if it's biased, dude. Once you look at their stats and look at what they meant to the NFL as a whole, God have mercy.
Like, these players are obviously iconic for different times and different reasons. So it's hard to really put a value over who deserves it more unless it's one of those generational, obviously this person is the face of, like, the NFL for, like, 5 years. Like,
Here's the
it's
thing.
hard to, like... It would have been hard to deny Ray Lewis for a year.
Oh, no, you couldn't. Like, you couldn't. Ray Lewis
like,
and
there are people
Dawkins,
like that
I think you needed.
You can't.
Yeah.
But then there's, like, everybody else is like, you're all deserving to be in here. We just have to slog it out.
Yeah, like...
But I mean, they have a year to campaign.
So here's the thing. So I think Randy Moss needed to go in.
Oh, of course.
And... several years ago, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, nah, he wasn't like good enough.
Randy?
Yeah.
Really?
But then I looked at his stats and I looked at like the story that goes behind it. The person to place the all-time receiving or like the all-time receiving touchdown for a season record was Randy Moss back with the Vikings. The person to break that record was Randy Moss with the undefeated Patriots. So I'm like, okay, you got to be a pretty badass, like to
he's a part of that record season.
Yeah, set the record and then break your own record. So I'm like, okay, I dig it. Like
you own that record.
Yeah, like, well, I think I think I might be wrong.
Probably.
Though. I think Demaryius Thomas owns that record now because of that year with Peyton Manning.
Sucio.
Yeah, I after hearing that stat, I think that alone was like okay for me with Randy. But I think we could have done without T.O. for another year. I think his longevity is why he got into the top 4 receiving yards of all time. And I'll tell you why. Because you know who's like in the top 10 for receiving yards? Or like passing yards of all time? Vinny fucking Heisman winner Testaverde.
Why not?
But that dude played like 21 years in the NFL. Fucking 21 years. Like, I would imagine if you played 21 years, you're going to have a couple of multi-thousand yard seasons. Whether you're good or not. So, you know, I just... Yeah, I don't think always stats tell the story. I think for at least NFL and football in general, there's always it's stats and then the story behind the stat. Yeah, there's that. I think Could have done without T.O., and I think if anybody else, we could have probably done without Robert Brazil.
I don't know where we left off.
Who do you think needs to be in the Hall
next
year?
What's the list of people that are up?
So, there's a
few people that I think are obvious, and then a few people that it could go, either we need to let some other people in, or we can pick some of these.
Okay, so potential or people who are available for the Hall of Fame, or who have become available and who are, potential for the Hall of Fame next year. Edgerrin James, don't think he is I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He didn't get a Super Bowl ring, but
not when there's other people.
Yeah. Isaac Bruce from The Greatest Show on Turf. He's got to go in. I'm surprised it's taken him this long.
That's a classic name.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez.
Obviously,
he's got to be first ballot. He's got to be. Tony Baselli, his offensive tackle. I don't remember too much of him.
These old linemen very well.
Yeah, I don't remember too much of him. I think he was with. I might be completely wrong, but I think he was with the Bills. Might be completely wrong.
I don't know Bills linemen.
Then, center, Kevin Mawai. Do you remember Mawai? He was with the Jets for a while, and then he was with the Titans for a while, and then he ended his career with the Broncos. No. He is fucking amazing. He was legendary with the Jets for a long time. Then blocked for Vince. They brought him in when Vince came in, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then he finished out with the Broncos. Alan Faneca, guard, who OG, dude, fucking beast. He was with, I think, the Steelers, and then he finished his career with the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken, and he blocked for Brett Favre back there. Stephen Hutchinson, who was with the Seahawks, I believe, for a long time, and also finished his career with the Vikings. Then on defense, we get Champ Bailey, got to be first ballot. Rondé Barber, possibly.
I don't know.
He had longevity, I'll give him that, but his numbers compared. Here's the problem with Barber. He was a solid corner in a time where there was a lot of great corners.
Yeah.
And I think what puts him in is longevity.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And also, he got overshadowed by Tiki a lot, so I think it'll be the conversation, well, why not Tiki? That's not going to happen either, so.
Ty Law, who was also very good for a long time, but I don't necessarily think he's as shut down as everybody thought he was. Finished his career with the Broncos, I believe. I know he was with us for like 1 or 2 years, but he was really good with the Jets and then really good with the Patriots and actually won the Super Bowl with them. So, then we get into some of these snubbed Broncos. Linebackers / defensive end / nose tackle / defensive tackle / middle linebacker and then / outside linebacker. Carl Mecklenburg, the albino rhino, is what they called him. Dude, and then...
If the big snack can get in.
Dude. So, this guy was fucking durable. And, to top it all off, he was drafted in the 12th round.
Damn, dude.
When there was like 17 rounds. So, Mecklenburg, the albino rhino. First off, come on, man. That's
a great
fucking
name.
Amazing nickname. And here's another thing. I was watching Top 10 Broncos from NFL Films the other day, and in it, they like cut to a clip where he was being interviewed like in the late 90s, and he was like, yeah, I thought it was great being drafted in the 12th round. He's like, I didn't even know how many rounds there were. He was like, yeah, I thought I was going to for sure make the team because I was like, sweet, 12th round. He was like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, that's great. So,
because ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, exactly. So, Carl Mecklenburg, he's been snubbed for fucking years. I think he retired in like 84, which is why I'm surprised and kind of bummed that Brazil got in there before him. And this guy at least went to a couple Super Bowls. So, anyways, then another snubbed Bronco, safety Steve Atwater, who I hate you. So, Steve Atwater, who we don't even need to look at the stats.
No, you've convinced me on him. You sold me hard on him.
He won a Super Bowl and shutting down, and I mean devastatingly, shut down the Nigerian Nightmare. Then after that, we get Leroy Butler. Don't know too much about him. Actually, I don't even remember who he played for.
I put Leroy Jenkins in before him.
Okay. Then another, I guess, snubbed. Another snubbed Broncos player, John Lynch. I can't believe he's not in the hall yet. Yeah, another snubbed Broncos player, and then Ed Reed, who is fucking first ballot. So out of this list, what are you thinking?
I mean, the three ones that
and it
have
says
to
you
happen.
got to do 5.
The three that have to happen: Ed Reed, Tony Gonzalez, and Champ Bailey.
Yeah,
like they have to happen. Like they're obviously going to happen. And then, I mean, everybody else just sort of floats around each other. This is what I was talking about earlier. Of there are the people that are the obvious Hall of Famers, and then everybody else who deserves to be a Hall of Famer. But it's hard to say which one deserves it more. I think
the
legacy one should be the guy who you were saying his name I've already forgotten of the Blue Crush.
Yeah.
And then one of the linemen, because there has to be a lineman.
Yeah.
I just wish I'm only learning about linemen like over the last few years. Like and I don't mean like knowing names. I mean like trying to learn about them.
Yeah.
And so I don't have the history and the knowledge of a lot of these guys that I know I should. So,
yeah,
just 6-1 pick them.
I think my dream team for this, like to go to the hall, would probably be Gonzalez, Reed, Bailey, and then I mean, I feel like because I'm a Broncos fan, but at the same time, like I look at this list and I'm like, fuck, like the best ones on here are like Mecklenburg and Atwater. After that, Atwater's been snubbed for way too long. Carl Mecklenburg retired way before him and has been snubbed for way too long. And then their stats and their careers. They went to, multiple Super Bowls. They went to, Atwater won a Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, but, for me, it just makes sense. It makes sense. And again, I'm probably being biased. But I'd like to think that, looking at this, you got a Super Bowl in one, and then you have multiple Super Bowl appearances in another, and both were just phenomenal defenders in their own right. And Atwater, I heard on the radio the other day, they were calling him the OG Cam Chancellor. Again, when all you got to look at is that highlight of him smacking the shit out of somebody who's literally twice his size. So. Yeah, I think
we're consensus on Reed, Gonzalez,
and Bailey. Yeah.
It's just hard to tell what's going to happen.
It sucks because a lot of these Broncos players, and then in my notes again, one of the things that might be a knock on Atwater was that he played at a time when there was somebody like Ronnie Lott in the NFC, so. Lott definitely overshadowed him a little bit. So, you're right. I think our consensus is
those three.
Yeah, those three: Bailey, Gonzalez, and Reed. After that, it's probably up in the air because you're right. You can put up one of the offensive linemen who, it's really hard, as we can already tell, to find legendary offensive linemen, let alone good ones.
Yeah.
And then hopefully one of the Broncos guys who got snubbed.
Just
you can only hope.
Shorten that list ever so slightly.
Yeah, no, fuck. But I swear to God, I'm going to.
What if Champ doesn't get it?
I don't know. I don't know.
He just becomes another Atwater.
I may cry. No, Dude, I don't know. I feel like making a promise that's just outrageous if, like, Bailey doesn't make it in.
Let me cut your hair.
See, I'm terrified because it might happen. It might happen.
There's a history of Broncos
Dude,
not
yes,
getting in.
Mecklenburg, Gradishar, fucking Atwater, like, oh, God.
Bailey.
Trevor Price. Fucking Trevor Price was, like, a legend with the Broncos. And then he, like, retired as a Raven. Still not in. Ah, fuck. I don't know, man. I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?